Hello everyone, and welcome to Degree Plus. We're excited to launch this video series which designed to support students and professionals with career guidance, higher education opportunities, and expert advice. In this episode, we're bringing you an important session on higher education opportunities in the UK. If you're planning to study abroad, searching for scholarships, or simply exploring your options, this is the perfect starting point. And to guide us through this topic, we are honored to introduce our speaker Dr. Manjula Nugawela. Dr. Manjula Nugawela is a respected academic and researcher in epidemiology and public health. She holds a BSc in Statistics and Computer Science, an MSc in Applied Epidemiology, and a PhD in Public Health. She has worked at several top-ranking universities in the UK, including Nottingham, Bristol, and University College London, UCL, bringing with her a wealth of experience in teaching, research, and mentoring students from around the world. In today's session, Dr. Nugawela will walk us through the UK's higher education system and offer valuable advice on how to navigate it successfully as an international student. Let's dive into the first episode of Helping Hand, with Dr. Manjula Nugawela.
Hi everyone, so welcome to today's session on higher education opportunities in the UK. So first of all, let's see why study in the UK. So as you all know, UK has several world-leading universities, and the lecturers would be well qualified people who are top-ranking professionals or world-leading researchers. So you would get the first-hand experience of being able to learn from them. And not just that, but of course you would be able to make the best possible start to your career, and also probably a relatively quick completion of your degree in the UK compared to other countries. And also, if you look at the life in the UK, it's a multicultural society and also geographically well placed, so hopefully you would have an unforgettable student experience in the UK. If we are to look at the course fees and living expenses, that is something where most of the students just focus only on the course fees. But as Degree Plus, we would like to encourage students to seek opportunities in terms of scholarships. So where you can get a bursary or where you can get a full scholarship to cover your course fees. So we will get into that in a bit, but first let's explore how much this would cost in case if you are to pay the full course fee and if you are to cover your living expenses. So in general in the UK, for undergraduate, masters and PhDs, the course fees start somewhere around 15,000, and that can go up to 30,000 or beyond per year. So that's only for the course fee. And the other thing, most of the time students forget about this other big chunk of money, which goes for living expenses. But that's the important part, where you have to think about your accommodation cost, you have to think about the groceries and other expenses. So the total per year can come up to somewhere around 12,000. So when you add both these costs, considering the minimum of course fee around 15,000 per year, and the living expenses of 12,000, so that can come up to around 27,000 UK pounds per year. So that's good if you can afford that, and that's what you're planning to do. But in case if you're a student who is thinking, oh, I don't have that sort of money and that means I won't be able to pursue higher education. So that's where we would like to encourage you to think about scholarships, because there's large number of scholarships provided by the universities itself, or otherwise supported by the governments, or supported by the charitable organizations for students to continue their higher education. So these are some of the well-known scholarships. The Commonwealth Scholarship Chevening or the Great Scholarship offered by the British Council, Gates Cambridge Scholarship, Developing Solutions Scholarship offered by University of Nottingham, and the Future Leaders Scholarship, or the bursaries provided by many universities, which can be somewhere up to around £10,000. So, if I want to discuss some of these scholarships in detail, the Commonwealth Scholarship is a prestigious scholarship where you get not just the course fee but also a living expense allowance. So that would cover the full tuition fees, and they would provide you a stipend to cover your living expenses and also covering your airfare and any other expenses related to your studies. So the other type of scholarships that you can expect is just covering those that just cover your course fees. So the Developing Solutions Scholarship offered by University of Nottingham, they provide scholarships up to 100% of your course fee or up to 50%. So usually they provide large number of scholarships from that, maybe up to around 50 students get that, but that can vary year to year. So there is a good chance for students who are in Commonwealth countries to get this scholarship in case if they are fulfilling the eligibility requirements. So the third type of scholarship is the bursaries, where that covers somewhere between around 3,000 to 10,000 of your course fee. So for those who are only looking for a discount, this would be a good option. Okay, so now we've gone through the three different types or the three main categories of scholarships or the bursaries that you can look for. And now we can discuss a bit about the application process. Okay, so if we are to go through the application process, the first part would be to check your profile. So first of all, think what are your strengths and weaknesses. In terms of your future goals, what would be the subject that you would love to study, and what are your strengths? Would you be good at that subject area? Likewise, you can assess your own profile and think what subject you would like to study further. So once you have assessed yourself and once you have identified the subject area, then you can start looking for the relevant courses and the universities. So after you have identified, let's say around 5 universities with the relevant courses, then you can narrow down the list by further examining which universities provide scholarships. So in that case, you would have to look whether you are qualifying as a home student or as an international student and the scholarship is eligible, and or whether you are within the eligibility criteria according to the scholarship requirements. So after you have assessed those things, the 3 steps, looking at your profile, identifying the course and the university, and then you can move on to check if there are scholarships available. So after you have done those 3 steps, then you can start working on the application process. And usually it's best to apply for at least about 3 universities. So usually when it comes for the university application, the key documents they would ask for is your CV and a personal statement and a covering letter and the reference statements. So you need to have at least 2 referees usually. Someone could be one of your lecturers, or if you're currently employed, that can be your line manager. And so it's always good to inform them in advance, saying that you are planning on applying for this university and you are planning to have them in your CV as referees. So again, with the personal statement, there are several things you need to consider, and in our upcoming sessions we will go through in these detail. Okay, so after you have submitted your university application, then the next one is about the scholarship application. Okay, so after submitting your university and the scholarship application, then of course you have to wait for some time for the decision. And once you get your decision, in case if you're selected, that's great. Then the next steps would be submitting the visa application and also sorting out your accommodation and making arrangements for your arrival. So we have further guidance available where we have a detailed booklet that we can discuss in detail in our upcoming sessions. So stay tuned and so that you can be informed of the upcoming opportunities.
Thank you for joining us on this very first episode of the Helping Hand series. We hope you found this session valuable and insightful. At Degree Plus, we are here to assist you on your journey toward academic and career success. Stay tuned for more expert advice, guidance, and exciting opportunities in our upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. See you in the next video.